Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the CEO Show. It is the 19th day of August 2025, and this is the 53rd episode that we're coming to you live. Thanks to you that you've been part of this amazing platform. Remember, this is where we engage different people with different ideas together with people who shape ideas and different opportunities in the society. They are sharing their stories, they are sharing their experiences, and from those stories we are going to learn, we are going to experience one of the greatest minds from this particular platform. Remember, I am your host, Dan. This is a show that always comes to you every Tuesday, but we are sorry we didn't manage to come to you live last week, but nonetheless, we are here to host the same guest that we would have hosted last week because we could not have afford to miss this amazing person. Remember, with Kenyans Chan championship team currently making headlines. It is a story that is making headlines. For the last 3 weeks, we've been having good stories about what our Kenyan team is doing. We talk about the African Cup of Nations, and they are making crazy headlines across the board. This has never happened before, and this is a conversation that on the CEO Show we can't afford to miss. But the question is, how do we strengthen the pipeline from our local pitches to the national stage? That is the conversation that we are going to have tonight with one of other amazing people when talk about football and talk about championship. He's going to tell us his journey. And who is our guest tonight? Joining me tonight is a leader who has been in the forefront of this particular work. Mr. Kiptoo Mirmet is the CEO and also the founder of ELDORET FC. Under his leadership, the club has become a beacon of youth development and talent, especially in under-resourced areas, offering mentorship, discipline, and opportunities for school-going children to excel in both football and in life. And we have him tonight to share his experience. Karibu Kiptoo to the show.
Thank you very much. My name is Kiptoo Mirmet.
Yes, yes.
The CEO of ELDORET FC.
Okay.
ELDORET FC is a club. It's we love to call it an education-based football club based in Kamukunji, Eldoret West.
Okay.
So we've been doing this. We've been actually working for some time. We are now 5 years old with the name ELDORET FC.
ELDORET
but we had
Football
been
Club.
working before that. We just rebranded the other day. That's in 2020.
Okay.
But we had been working with another name called Black Eagles.
Okay.
That's from the year 2016.
Okay.
So the boys we were working with are kids who we started with them, little kids. And this year we managed them to take them to a national stage.
Okay.
Yeah, we took them to Dandora and
Wacha
they did well.
utatupigia a story on how you got to that place.
Yeah.
But Kiptoo, tonight, because ladies and gentlemen, this is for the first time I'm doing a jazzy on the show, and this shows how serious we are with football. And definitely on our show we have a beautiful cup here.
Yeah.
Atakuwa anatupigia story on how they managed to get this. But Kiptoo telling us about how you found yourself ukijipata in all these.
Yeah.
Were you a footballer? How did you come to have a football club and also finding yourself to this? Tell us about your journey to where you are currently.
Originally, I'm I'm from Nandi County. I grew in Nandi County all my teenage life until when I actually joined University of Eldoret. That is in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, but talk of football. I had been playing from the village. I actually played for my primary school. I also played for my high school, but I never made it to the competitive level.
Okay.
But now when I joined university, I also joined the university team. But only to realize that we are about 50 players. And every other time we were being taken to Nairobi. Even there was a time we were to be taken to Uganda to play, but being in the reserves, I never played. So most of the time, I would say I've been in football for a very long time,
Okay.
not playing competitive football, but always on the bench. So I feel like this is what actually gave me the opportunity to learn actually what goes on behind the pitch, behind like the management of football. So I've been seated on the bench for a very long time.
Okay.
So immediately I completed university, I went to work at Kaptagar, and that's where I started working for a camp, which actually started supporting a football club.
Yes, yes.
So being a member of the camp, I was also the leader who was actually I was actually the liaison for the camp and the football club. That's where I went to management. I started as a photographer for the club. I went from a photographer to a social media manager. And then I moved back to Eldoret Town.
Okay.
When I moved back to Eldoret Town, that's when I met the boys. Actually, I met them one day, just while taking pictures in Uruma. And you could see they were doing something that was impressive, yet they were so young. And that's when we started. That's when our journey actually began. I met the coach. We started talking with the coach. And in 1 year, we had a club. In 2 years, we rebranded.
Okay.
And here we are now.
Before we talk about now rebranding and the journey to make that football club being recognized across the board, now you graduated with what was your bachelor's?
I've studied actually, I have a degree in tourism management.
In tourism management?
Yeah, from University of Eldoret.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yourself, you saw an opportunity. You started like being a photographer, ile kujituma tu.
Yeah, I started just working as a photographer because of passion.
Yes.
And passion led me to actually doing it
Okay.
more seriously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because as we talk about being a photographer today we are celebrating photographers in the house, and it is their day.
Yeah.
And we cannot afford to miss to tell the happy photographers day to our photographers, and not forgetting to mention the people who are covering and making this live come through. That is the Nick Tech production who have been making this live come through. So happy photographers day as we celebrate you guys. But now from a photographer now to form a football club.
Yeah.
How was the connection, and how did you make this happen, and also to rebrand to Eldoret FC? At first mulikuwa mnaitwa
Black Eagles.
Black Eagles.
Yeah.
Then why did you rebrand?
We rebranded because we needed a name that resonates with everyone. If you say today Eldoret FC, everybody would feel a sense of belonging, like this is a team that belongs to Eldoret.
Yes,
so we
yes.
needed also a brand that could sell to the world.
Yes,
and knowing that Eldoret is a sports powerhouse, so
Okay.
we needed a name that would resonate with the world and to also build a big brand. And I
Okay.
would say we are already a brand now because
Okay.
of the name Eldoret FC.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we'll come back to Eldoret FC later.
Yeah.
But looking now to what is happening, the CHAN championships that we are saying
Yeah.
in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania.
Yeah.
The other day, as we talk now, or currently as we talk, Kenya is at the top of the table. That is at position 1 in their polls. And for them to achieve this, at some point, it's something that's very exciting for us as Kenyans. What do you think are some of the things that made this possible for Harambee Stars to be where they are currently?
For me, I feel there are a lot of conversations. There are a lot of things that are going on beyond maybe the limelight or beyond the
What we can see.
but what we can see on the
Yes,
cameras.
yes, yes.
So I would say there is one player I wanted to address this. There is one player from Eldoret, actually, Uruma Estate. I worked with a team from before that actually had adopted our club when it was Black Eagles. They had
Yes.
adopted the kids. The guy actually finished this year. He actually finished as the top scorer KPL. Unfortunately, when he was supposed to play this CHAN, he was signed to a club to Zambia. So for CHAN, you can't play if you already have a deal with another club that is not. So I would say, yeah, I also went to national secondary games, and there is a lot. There is a lot that is happening on the grassroots. I feel like people are now taking football seriously. There's a lot of professionalism.
Yes.
You can see that. There is a lot happening from branding, from how we handle the players, from even our own pitches and the equipment that we are using. So I would say, like, it's opening up. Like before, I feel like the football ecosystem is now doing well because everyone has now believed, seeing how the EPL is doing, seeing how Bundesliga is doing, everyone now believes that football is a business and it should be professional. Okay. So I feel that is one of the key things that is making us shine on CHAN.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now the question is, Kiptoo, what is it that we are currently doing that we used to not to do before?
I would go back to what we tried to do as Eldoret FC, player motivation. I would tell you this, we have a pool of talent in Kenya. Even in Eldoret, I would say give it a team from Eldoret to maybe battle one team from CHAN. You would see they might do well if only they are motivated. So the first thing that I would say is player motivation. And then the other thing is back then, we have been having issues where our players have been, people from behind have been making appointments to who makes it to the national team. But this time, I feel like the coach has been given an opportunity to choose his own team, and he has gone, he has watched, he has analyzed the players. So he now has a group of, we would say, the best players, the best local players. So I feel like the selection was done in a very good way, in a very open manner, in a very transparent manner. And that's one key thing that's also making us to shine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as you talk about one of the major support that this team has found is about player motivation, and that's
Player
what has
motivation.
come out very
Yeah.
clearly. Now, connecting to what the president has been pledging to Arambe Stars in each and every match,
Yeah.
from 1 million to
2.5.
500 to now 2.5, and also with the house. Now, how significant is such a token to our players?
I would say if the people who are actually suffering the most when it comes to football are actually the players themselves, who are actually the major stakeholders. Even coming down from the national stage, I will tell you this. Like for the guy from Tusker, Ryan Okam, we've been having online, we had issues online that players had gone 3 months without pay. We have the same issue with Sovapaka. We have the same issue with Ulinzi, that the civilian players had gone 3 months without salaries. So this is the feeling, or this is what is happening countrywide. The players are not being compensated well. And this is what is actually making our players to perform poorly. But I tell you this, with the token, this is what is giving them motivation. Like actually talent is now paying them back. And that is what is driving them to do what we've never seen.
Okay.
And they are shining.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from now where you sit,
Yeah.
as somebody in this field, having all the figures of what has been happening
Yeah.
for the last 5 years that you've been doing this professionally, do you think now this is a game changer to football in Kenya?
Yeah, for me, I feel this is a game changer in football because our players have just been, I would say they've been underrated, they've been being underpaid, but now they are like literally the token that is coming along with the Chan matches is actually opening to them, telling them that actually football could change your life. Actually, football could pay you and transform the whole family, the whole community. And I would say this, like the way we work with our boys right now, we're trying to do almost replicate what the government is also doing in our own way, but in a more sustainable way. Yeah, so for me, I feel like all clubs to the grassroots level should now embrace what actually the president is doing and try to give players more token, more appreciation, not in terms of money alone, but also something that's sustainable beyond football. Because I tell you, like, beyond 90 minutes, there is a lot happening in their lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think what now we are doing, is it sustainable? Because you also yourself say that you are seeing on ways of how this motivation can be sustainable. But now, do you think this is going to be sustainable? Ama ni mashamra yenye tuko nayo tu na kusema kwamba we need to gift them, then tomorrow we forget about them. Beyond the 90 minutes, are we doing something?
For me, I would say it's not sustainable, but if we looking at this as football stakeholders, we must look at this as learning opportunities. From there, we should get ideas on how to do it in a more sustainable way, because these clubs have not been paying. Like, literally, these players are on a payroll of only 10,000 shillings, despite playing for a national league. So you can imagine earning from 10,000 a month to maybe 2.5 M in a day. It's a lot. So it's now, I'm saying this, literally the president is opening up clubs to actually pay players. Actually, I'm saying this, these tokens being given to these players is actually opening their eyes, and is also putting clubs on toes, telling clubs, now it's time to wake up and appreciate the players and motivate the players the way they should be motivated.
Okay.
Yeah, but we need to sit and see how to do it sustainably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as we do this now, Kiptoo,
Yeah.
looking at pumping these huge amounts to our players, some are barely 21, some are even 20 years, and all that.
Yeah.
But do you think we've prepared them enough? Because we've had challenges before with sportsmen and women, whereby they get some athletes, some are even footballers and all that. Some even get to close to 20 million, but within a very short span of time, you can never pinpoint where they have invested. But do you think our sportsmen and women have the capacity to make the right investments?
So this is now, I would say, this is what makes Eldoret FC a special club
Yes.
around town, because we've actually, this Saturday, we are engaging our players in a mental talk. We call it Sokatimamu, where we try to engage our players on issues beyond the pitch. So I would say this. The other day I saw players actually from Ulinzi, but it was being done by just a football stakeholder, engaging these players in financial literacy mentorships, engaging them in mental talk programs. But I would say this, we are not doing enough as a country. Beyond the beach, you might never get to understand who is Ryan Okam, because Ryan Okam will now pick maybe, for instance, 2.5, considering where maybe he comes from. He might like squander his money. We've seen with our athletes actually around here, Eldoret. We've
Yes.
seen athletes going to the international level, and then within a span of 5 years, they've disappeared. They are literally actually hanging around in the village,
Yes.
and they lose everything. So I would say, as a country, and with the new administration, that's the that's the FKF, we have a new regime that's coming in. The other day when we were in Nairobi, in Dandora, they were talking about capacity building
Yes.
on the same that
Yes.
you also mentioned, where we bring players beyond the pitch and having them to talk about how to manage their finances, how to handle their family issues. So I feel after the CHAN, if we win or we don't win, we need to like have a very good time with our players to discuss on how they should how they should invest their money,
Okay.
and how they should maintain their brand beyond CHAN.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yourself now, professionally speaking, and from where you sit, given that opportunity, walking away with, let's say, 5 million, together with a house,
Yeah.
what is the best decision that you can make with this investment?
From where I sit,
Yes.
if I were a player,
Yeah.
I would say,
Because here we are talking about somebody who was earning 10,000 a month.
yeah, we earning
to such kind of money.
I would say it's a hot one.
Yes.
It's not so easy, and I would say I would give myself time. And of course, I've been seeing like one of the guys called Austin Odhiambo has been fighting so much. He's been so vocal about giving back to the community, but I feel like everyone needs a whole meeting of our own to really have to discuss how to spend the 5M. I feel like these boys should be given a break, given a good time to actually sit and see where to invest, because it would 5M in this case from 10K is a lot of money. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now looking on the flip side, on the other side, about the welfare of these players,
Yeah.
Considering what you do yourself, as a country, do we invest in the welfare of our athletes? Do we invest in the wealth or in the welfare of our sportsmen and women? Because the other day I saw a player whereby, may his soul rest in peace, and he, if I can say, he got disabled in line of duty, if I can call that. But all of a sudden, managing this kind of illness became a challenge. How are we in terms of taking care of our athletes and even sportsmen and women and these players?
I would say this. I would do our own case study. In the year 2022, we actually played there at Kamukunji, an MCA tournament. And one of our boys actually ended up breaking one of his leg. That it was a very serious injury that has actually sidelined him for now 2 years. But this is it. As Eldoret FC, we foresaw it. Like every other time we play a match, we expect anything.
Yes.
We can never. So with that, we have a kitty where we are able to. We don't have a medical cover for players right now, but we have a kitty where we are able to take care of emergencies in case it arises. So for our case, he's called Davis Okot. Davis Okot is now a student at TUC. He's studying accountancy second year, where we also support him as a club. So when he got injured, we admitted him at Medill. The moment we went there, we were told to pay like 18,000 shillings immediately before anything. And we were not able to do that. But with the people we work with, we were able to fundraise and do that. But why I'm saying this is, here in Eldoret, not even at the national level, we've had a player now who actually captains Captain Shabana is from Langas. He actually went to play for Laser Hill School, and got injured. That he was out for 3 years. And now because the first year when he was injured, his age was already like he couldn't go back to school. And the school left they left him like that, and he was here like it took our whole community to fundraise for him to go to hospital, and then that's why we came back. So I would say this: we have associations also that is led by one of the famous players called Situma James. That's Kenya Player Welfare Association. It's at the national level. It's doing well at the international level because they are getting support from the FIPRO. That's from the FIFA. It's one of the organizations. Because they are getting support from the international organization, they are doing well at the international level. They are doing well at the national level. Coming at the grassroots, I would say the player welfare is not so well handled. No one is actually even having a conversation on how to handle players. So I would say literally like the football that is happening in the grassroots is actually all about fun. Like nobody cares. Like you get injured, you go home. Your parents deal with it. Your relatives deal with it. And we've seen players who got injured and even died during matches, and nobody's taking care of it. So it's something that we really need again to come together. And I would say this: no matter even the motivation that's being given out there, if we can't handle the welfare of the players, we won't expect like the success that we are seeing now would be short. Yeah, would be short-lived. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, moving now to what you call societal expectation.
Yeah.
And now, for example, these young boys went to play Harambee Stars, and rarely do even people knew about them. Rarely were their name so big as they are currently. But after sometimes the fame comes in and societal expectation and all that, and say anakuja and sema, this guy won 5 million. Then there is always a challenge when it comes to fame, with players, with sportsmen and women. How can from where you sit, because you handle from a very tender age, and as they grow up, we've seen fame messing up with our sportsmen and women, because they tend to live to the expectation of the society, buying flashy cars, making wrong investments. What do you advise them as part of the management?
As you were asking me this question, we currently have a case like that in ELDORET FC, where we've actually, one of our best players, we've raised him from when he was like 14 years. He's now 20 years old, and he's our best player. So right now we are having, I would say, we are having an issue with him because it feels like he has outgrown ELDORET FC. But again, no club is actually coming to knock the door to say that we want this player.
Yes.
And it's because of he's the best player on the pitch, but because he also has a life. So with this life, we have issues with him beyond the pitch, like the way you're saying. Like fame has gone into his head and he's uncontrollable. So we are also giving him like a free time. We've told him like, just relax, take your time. If a club comes knocking doors, we'll surely make sure that we handle the transfer in a very professional manner.
Yes.
But you are telling me this. I feel like the biggest thing that we are not doing is mentoring our own athletes. We just put them through rigorous training, and we demand from them to perform in the pitch. Beyond the pitch, we do nothing. So that's what we are doing as ELDORET FC. That is actually giving us that makes us a better team than other teams. It's because we are going beyond the pitch. We are going to talk to their parents. We are going to talk to their siblings. We are going actually meeting almost everyone that is always there on their everyday life. We want to understand who are we dealing with.
Yes.
So that we don't expose him, because clubs come knocking. Like the guy from Huruma who went to Zambia. When he had an opportunity to, like, was his first year when he actually make it to national stage, and he made it as the KPL top scorer. And then Zambia came knocking. The same team that is joining, majority of the players that were playing in the Zambian team, that was actually trashed by the Kenyan team. So he's going to play for one of the teams that is actually giving players to the one that was beaten by Kenya. So you can imagine, the guy rushed. I would say he made rash decisions, but again, it depends on his agent. But I would say this, it's time now for us to make football like a business, to be able to earn, to be able to transform our communities. We must treat football as a whole thing, not just the way we see 90 minutes and then when it's done, we go home.
Okay.
So I feel like we need to give a lot to football.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is always a feeling that most talk about coaches, or we talk about even you as managers of these players. Sometimes there is always a thought that we feel like you guys, to some extent, you become so selfish that you want to benefit more than what the player benefits. How do you maintain your professionalism and ensure that it's a win-win situation, that you as the management, you as the CEO of Eldoret FC benefits, as well as these players' interest is made a priority?
So for us, we've prioritized actually human development.
Yes.
I would say human development in this manner. Before we even process a transfer, we try to equip our player with all life skills. And one thing again that we are doing as Eldoret FC, which majority of the clubs are not doing, is we are actually transferring our players to better clubs than we already are. We feel like we are a better club, but there are clubs out there that are better clubs. And we are doing it freely. We are not demanding any payment as we are right now, because we feel like where we are right now is not a good stage for our players to be able to be seen in the national stage, maybe to play instantly Chan. So we are, as a club, like you're saying, majority of the clubs sometimes want to benefit more than even the player themselves. So this is something that also we are fighting. But I feel like it's also about the leaderships that we have. So the kind of leaders that we have also on the federation, the kind of leaders that we have on the clubs, are actually the people who are in charge of these transfers. And for me, having studied case studies with also seeing how the internationally transfers are being done, for us, we are literally making sure our player is transiting to a better place than Eldoret FC without demanding so much. We had one club in the NSL, National Super League, wanting to acquire one of our player, our best striker now. But the player himself declined, saying that they had not given him anything like a formal contract. So this is also something that we are looking into.
Yes.
We're looking into transferring our players to where the contracts are good for them. Like the contracts also aligns with our philosophy. Our philosophy is actually like human development. We don't want to just transfer a player to go Tusker and just sit on the bench. We want to see, when we transfer him, we want to see him maybe do something else beyond football, be able to learn something, a new skill every other day. So that is it. Like I would say, for a striker, when he declined the offer from the team that from NSL, we actually enrolled him to ELDORET. He actually finished one of his courses. He's now enrolling for graphic design and web designing under our program that we call Elimisha Shuja. So that's what we are trying to do also, to build loyalty and to make these boys understand that we are not like, we don't want to min money through them. We actually want to develop human people, responsible human beings.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Now, going back also to Harambee Stars, we are seeing their trajectory. On Friday, they'll be playing against Madagascar.
The quarterfinals.
For the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Assuming they win and they proceed for semis and
finals.
And looking forward to get victory, as we wish them the best.
Yeah.
What does it mean to Kenya and also across Africa and to the world with regard to football?
One thing I feel like we are fast winning. You've seen the turn up of the fans. It has always been believed that we have been, like, because the EVL fever and all the buzz with the international football. So everyone has a belief that because we put on jerseys that belong to Arsenal, Man U, that all our minds is on the other side. But we've seen, the other day, FIFA, actually, not FIFA, CAF, actually impose fines on the Federation of Kenya, because of fans. They were too crowded, and the fund attendance was also cut to 27,000. So I would say this is a big win. Already, like everyone, the whole world is seeing Kenya, and this is now an opportunity that Chan is opening an opportunity for us to host the AFCON in 2027.
Okay.
Kipchoge was named one of the stadiums that might host the AFCON, one of the matches, because of the proximity to Uganda. Because we are also, it's called what? The Pamoja bid. Pamoja tunaweza. So like for the entire country.
Yes.
So for the Chan, I feel like this is it. Like this has been a platform that has already earned as fame that we can do it. Unlike Tanzania,
Yes.
when other countries are playing, they don't fill the stadiums. But for Kenyans, even when Morocco and DRC were playing, we were there. So Chan, one thing, has opened up Kenya to the world. The second thing is the players themselves playing. They've been able to be scouted. One of the guys, I was actually sending one of these jerseys. He's all the way from Netherlands.
Yes.
He's in Kenya to scout. To scout on Chan.
Yes.
So possibly one of our players is going to Netherlands, and we know of the big clubs, the PSV, Eindhoven from Netherlands. So
Yes.
and no Kenyan is playing there. So that's the second thing. And then the other thing is about, like, we've been having. I belong to I would say a fan base called Football Kenya. These are just people like you and me who are trying to like have conversations around Football Kenya.
Yes.
So I had been going to Nairobi to see them, and now this is an opportunity that this is an opportunity has given them like a platform to actually sell the idea. Like every time I post and I tag Football KE, you would see like the metrics, the impressions is really growing. And like when we didn't have the hashtag. So
Yes.
I feel like this is also an opportunity that has come, like our brand as Football Kenya is going there. Not the brand itself, just Football Kenya, but literally the whole football activity is going. I know of a club called Kringiti Community Club around Nairobi. Because of Chan, their pitch was developed because it's one of the training grounds.
Okay.
The same to what could happen to AFCON. There's a training center in Keses, I think so. So possibly if Kipchoge is ready for AFCON, which is now, it's actually going on, possibly one of the places in Keses would make all these African players now, unlike AFCON. We might have Akim, we might have Salah coming all the way to Keses, something that has not happened before. Why would he come? Why would Salah come all the way from where he lives to Keses? But because of this Chan, they've seen it. We have the potential to do it. And then again, we're the goodwill of the politicians.
Okay.
We've always known, you've always seen Wakili, 1 million tournament, you've seen, everyone is putting tournaments, but they are political tournaments. But it's now time to tell them, like, are you, like, it's opening up their minds to do it in a more sustainable way. So this is it, yeah.
Okay. And now, talking about now the political support and the political goodwill with regard to football and sports, do you think we are doing enough to motivate our young people to join football and also to take seriously the issue of football? And because football at some point it's just like any other profession.
Yeah.
Because the main question that I would ask you directly, does football pay?
That is what we like every other time I pass on the streets, like somebody tells me, like, you've actually mastered all your life in football. How does it pay you? I would say for me personally, from where I sit, football has been paying me through like giving me networks. It has given me networks that I've been able to maybe generate income. So just from working from ELDORET FC. But now going back to like, does football pay? I would say football pays a lot. Yeah, there is a lot of money in football. It's only that we're not doing it professionally, and I blame it on the leaders. But I feel like we call it a fresh start. The new regime has a tag line that a fresh start. With a fresh start, everyone is seeing that football is paying. I would give an example. Like for me, I wouldn't be able to sell this jersey if it wasn't because of ELDORET FC. And through this is what actually selling the jersey is what is actually taking those boys to school. Like we are actually supporting up to 5 boys right now, 2 on college, 3 of them are in high school, 2 of them are in Form 3. as through football. It's just because we sell jersey, and I wouldn't sell the jersey if the boys were not training and shining on the pitch. So I feel like there are so many avenues to get money from,
Yes.
to earn income from football, but we've not explored it. Like for our case, this is the only merchandise we are selling, and last year I would say we made more than 50K from the jerseys alone.
Yes.
This year I've already sold about 23 jerseys.
Okay.
23 jerseys again is like we've already made like 23,000 shillings just from the jerseys. So I would say there are so many avenues we need to tap. There is what we call the fan experience. Today, if you are able to attend a match in Kipchoge, utakaa kwa jua, you will sit on a floor yenye iko chafu. Of course, you won't feel good. And that's where now I need to like demand 50 shillings from you to watch the match. How would you pay that? You wouldn't pay because you're sitting on the ground, unachapwa na jua, so mbona nilipe. So I feel like, again, we need to tap in. A lot of people are into football, but we are not tapping in.
Okay.
Like today, I came with this jersey and you already like it. So
Yes,
how many people would like it? So I feel like we really need to like innovate and try it out and see from football, how could we make money from football? Because if you try to see what the Western world is doing, they're earning a lot from football, like more than anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, I know you've not sat in at the national level, the national management of football, the previous regime and also the current.
Yeah.
But sometimes we have issues with our players and also with the management of resources when it comes to management of these football clubs and also at the national level.
Yeah.
The other day we saw there were people who were complaining fraud in ticketing and people finding the easy way of making money from this. How is it supposed to be in terms of management of a club with regard to finances and also to prevent from fraud and all that?
I would say football, like any other sector, like the health sector, like the food sector, is infiltrated by cartels.
Yes.
All over. You would find managers who are actually cartels. They are not in for it. So for me, I feel like we don't have the right people on the wheel. But with the time that I've been doing it actively, with the time that I've been in the management side,
yes,
like I was telling you, with this ball, we were able to, everyone who was actually signed here, I was able to interact with the manager actually managing Monaco.
Yes.
That's Monaco playing in the French league. Also Mainz playing in the Bundesliga. So for us, especially in the grassroots, the manager is the coach.
Yes.
He's also the kid manager. He's also he's almost everything. He's actually taking up 5 roles at once. So I feel that's where we are letting down the footballers. So for me, I feel I'm saying this. We need to adopt new structures. Like for our club, I see that as the CEO. But there is something that I'm always fighting for, building capacity. So right now we've actually had someone. We have actually 2 women coming into the team. One is a data analyst because we need to sell our players to. Our players need to transition, and they can't transition without us having data. So we are having somebody who is going to work on data, like who is coming in, and then we are also having a physio. We've been having a first aider, but we are having a physio who actually has more knowledge to address on the issues of injuries. And we're also having a writer who is coming in also from one of the, we call it like, it's a football entity, it's called Ticini. So this is it. For me, as the CEO, from where I sit, I'm trying to build capacity so that the boys are able to perform well and they are able to be seen in the whole world and in a more professional level because I couldn't do it myself. So that's where I feel all these clubs are not doing it because somebody is sitting on 5 roles and you expect to make a decision. If today, so that's where I feel like we are lacking it. We need to do football in a more professional way. We need to have new structures. Yeah. So that is it.
And basically professionalism.
Yeah, basically professionalism.
Sawa. And now, going back to ELDORET FC and to where you are currently, because somebody might be looking forward to even form a football club and start a club. What does it take to form one?
For me, I feel one, it takes passion first. I do it passionately. I would say you had one of my friends saying about Sisibo Cyber.
Yes.
Before we had Sport Pesa on our jerseys, we had Sisibo Cyber. The reason why we had Sisibo Cyber because all the money that was actually running the club was literally the money that was making for my business. And one of my friends also were also supporting me. So I would say first is passion. If you're passionate about it, you do it. And then the other thing is with my background, you have to be professional. If you're doing it, you have to be professional. But you said, what does it take to start a club? You've seen clubs doing tryouts and everything, but I would say this. It takes a whole community to put up a club because where I stay in Kamkunji, it's because of those boys that the club is doing well because like they give it all in the training, they give it all in the performance. But the legal, there are so many legal procedures. I will tell you, it has taken me 4 years to get a certificate from the Sports Register of Kenya, which have not been successful. I have an acknowledgement note from 2019 September. But to date, I've not been able to register ELDORET FC with the Sports Register, as much as it is registered also as just an entity that's like any other company. It's registered like any other company. But now, this is it. We have also, the Sports Act demands a lot for someone to become a football, to own a club. It demands a lot. Then now it comes to financial.
Yes.
You really need a lot of money to buy kits, to buy footballs, and to maybe maintain a pitch.
Okay.
So for me, I would say passion is what is actually needed. And then now, once you start, people, if you're doing it passionately and professionally, people would come in. That's how these people are always coming in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, because you've said that for almost 4 years you've been struggling to register, and what are some of these challenges that now you encountered? Is it a win to have stronger football clubs, or is it a loss? Because to encourage to have more football clubs, by having such challenges of registering, do you think it is an undoing or it is a plus to registration?
For me, I would say there's so many challenges into doing registration and maybe managing a club. But I would say this, looking at the benefits of having a football club, I would say I would go for it. So I would tell everyone, like, own a football club. Because I know, like, besides earning money from it, I will tell you, Kamukunji is literally opening up to the world. It's actually like we have had issues where people were being robbed during the day. We've had issues even people being killed. We've had issues. Those boys actually were terrorizing the whole town. But I tell you today, I have a whole team of 80 boys who would maybe end up in the streets. So for me, that's the biggest thing, the biggest achievement that I would say. Today, if you start a football club around your area, around where you live, you're already transforming the society. So that's a very big win. Like, that's what we should go for it. We should use it as a driver to transform our communities rather than maybe use it to like earn money from it. It would like drive you crazy for a small period of time, but if you're doing it right, you'll get it right and it will work out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost working out for us.
Almost.
Yeah, it's almost working out.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And now, tell us something about now the football league in Kenya and the levels that are there.
Yeah.
And also together with, for yourself, which category do you play?
Recently, we were promoted to the regional league. But
Okay.
I would like to start maybe from the upper side.
Yeah, tell us about
yeah,
the levels.
We have in the Kenyan league system, we have the KPL, that's the Kenya Premier League, and then we have the NSL.
That is KPL at the highest
KPL,
level.
that's the highest Kenya Premier League. That's the highest actually. Where majority of the players from China actually they come from the clubs that are playing in the KPL. And then we have the NSL. The NSL, that's National Super League, the second tier. So the second tier also is a national league.
Okay.
Like you have to drive all the way from here to Mombasa to Turkana. So that's the second tier. And then we have the third one, that's the Division 1. So Division 1 also has zones. We have the Eastern Zone, we have the Western Zone, we have the Coastal Zone. Yeah, so that's the third one. And then we have the Division 2. The Division 2 is a lower one that it's almost like Division 1, but it has more, I would say, it has more zones. But actually, it's the one that feeds now the Division 1, and then
Division
now
1.
where we are right now. So I would say we are playing in the 5th tier.
Okay.
We were actually promoted to the 5th tier. We had been playing like the lowest league in Kenya.
Okay.
But now we've been promoted. We actually finished second
Okay.
around here. We have a league here in Wasingishu. It's called FKF Wasingishu Branch League. We finished second. So it's you only play with teams around Wasingishu.
Okay.
But now we are going to the regional league. We are now playing the entire North Rift.
That is Division.
That's the regional league.
Or
And then we
regional,
come-
before Division 2.
Yeah, when we come for Division 2, we'll travel all the way to Western, we'll travel all the way to Kericho, maybe Nakuru. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how it, as we go nationally.
Okay.
So we have like 6 tiers, the lowest being the county league and the highest being the KPL.
KPL.
Yeah.
And now what does it take for one to move from one level to another?
For me, again,
And another question that I would wish to also ask
Yeah.
is, can NSL or can KPL pick a player from county level to play for national?
so this is something that is so interesting that
Yes.
makes, that for me, it gives me goosebumps because I've never seen a club trying to pick an NSL club trying to like sign a player from the county league. But it happened with one of our strikers, the one I was telling you about.
Yes.
I went to Nairobi to play the national Cheza Dimba, where we came second.
Yes.
The guy, our striker, scored 2 goals and assisted 2 goals in 3 matches. So he scored 2 goals in 1 match and assisted in the other matches. So I never knew like they saw him, and I've also built a brand for him. And the other day, it's called Mombasa All Stars. Mombasa All Stars sent me a transfer. But now the issue is they didn't give him like a formal contract. So that's why he declined it. But you can see the club is doing well. I know that they are doing well. But they didn't want to give him maybe a
full contract.
a full contract because it demands a lot. They knew like he would demand money, maybe they would demand this and this. So they wanted to do it. Yeah, they wanted to do it in a very legal manner, in a very good manner that we didn't like it. But that is it. Like it's already opening up. Like a club from up there can see us. There's an association also called New Era. It's a Spanish-based organization that is trying to open up opportunities for clubs in the grassroots. So they are already working with a club in Nakuru. It's on Nakuru City Stars. But that's not it. They came for the Kenya National Secondary Association games. And they picked a player, a 19-year-old player from Cherangani, is now going to Spain for trials, like a set of trials in Spain, about so many clubs before one picks him. So what I'm trying to say is social media. Yeah, I will come back to social media. Social media and building brand is actually doing everything for us. Somebody goes to social media and they try to understand who is this player. Actually, his name is Walela, Isaac Walela. So when they went online and they found almost everything. Like last year, the boy scored like 19 goals in 31 matches. This year, he has scored 11 matches in 11 goals in 18 matches. So they were able to see his data. They were able to trace his growth. So I feel the reason why our players are not being picked by the clubs up there is because they don't have time to like come and sit and watch our matches. But they have time at least to peruse through what is already available. So they went through his stats and they picked him. So that is it. So like for me, what we are doing with our small boys now, despite the fact that we are playing the lowest tier, we are actually building brands for them. Like we are putting them online. We are posting what they are doing every day. We are trying to build brand out of them so that they can be seen, and they are being seen. And it's working. I would say the guy that became the KPL top scorer is called Moses Shuma from Huruma. I was working with him in 2019 in one of the clubs in Kamukunji. And he's now, within a span of 5 years, he has gone to the national level. So there is a lot of potential for clubs up there to pick, so long as there is that data that shows This is real.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now talk about in brief. When talk about now data, how do you manage? How do you manage now their data so that anybody can find them? Anybody can find this information and know that player A has been consistent. They can pull that growth from him.
So like I was telling you, while we are growing, a lot of people are coming in. Like the organization that is called Ticini. Ticini, like literally is it's almost an app. It's almost an app, but you have to subscribe.
Yes.
And then now you fill in data manually. But working with them now, whilst you fill in data manually, the way like the guy had maybe 5 goals, 2 assists, this is what the interception, the aerial duels, and everything. Once we fill in the raw data, they're able to transform it. And then it's a platform. Whenever they need, like, we want to know about Dan, we give them their names. They're able to see their fever ID, their age, their weight, and almost everything. And beyond that, we also try to put, the way now we've enrolled them in college, we try to put even the other skills now. Like for a striker, besides being the striker, he can do well on social media marketing. So we're trying to put almost everything on those apps, and we are working with so many partners. Like I was telling you, Ticini is also a volunteer organization, and also the writer comes from there. So we're trying to put up stories and going out there on social media, of which I would say our success, we give credit to social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Now, looking at the let me say Chan players, most of them, especially from Harambee Stars, most of them have not played for international clubs and bodies. And now, as an organization, how do you prepare your players for such opportunities and for them to be tapped to such great miles?
So for me, for our club, basically, this is what we do. We try to prepare them from a young age through those mentorship programs.
Yes.
Besides the mentorship programs, actually, we have sessions. The other day we had Ambani. I don't know if you know Fred Ambani. Ambani was he's now the chair of FC Leopards. We try to bring in people who have actually, like you're telling me, there we have athletes who have made it to the national level. Then they came back and they just get lost in the society. But we have the ones who have made it and they are still doing well. So every year, this year we are actually hosting Titus Mulama. I don't know if you are of Titus Mulama. We are hosting Titus Mulama here in ELDORET just to engage these boys. Like he has had a stint outside the country.
Yes.
He also played in the country. So we're trying to bring these people on board to tell these boys, this is how you should, this is where you should step. Don't step here. This is how you should move. So we are so deliberate on having everyone on board to give these boys knowledge, to give them like information on almost every aspect of their life, so that we grow responsible citizens besides growing footballers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, doing this is your 5th year running EFC, ELDORET FC.
Yeah.
How can you read your success? What is it that you can attribute to be successful in the 5 years that you've been doing this?
The reason why I came with this cup today is because it has a meaning. For some time, because of financial issues, we've had invitations in Nairobi to participate in tournaments.
Yes.
But this is something that I had been struggling for the last 5 years, just to raise like 50,000 shillings to go to Nairobi and to be able to take care of their needs for maybe the entire time of playing the tournament. But it's until last year in June, because we are so focal, we are so loud on social media. Even if you checked our pages, we almost post after every 2 hours, 3 hours. So because of that, we are so visible. And that's where SportPesa came in, and we played a tournament. I never imagined, actually, we went to the tournament as underdogs. And then, because of our discipline, we made it to the finals, and we beat the best team in ELDORET. Like today, a team that plays a higher league than us, it was supposed to go to Div 1. That means it's already playing two ranks above us. But we beat them in the finals, like with 1 goal. And that actually has opened up an opportunity. I didn't have to pay a single coin to go with my boys to Nairobi. I went to Nairobi for 4 days, all expenses paid, for the boys, 20 boys and the 2 management. And I would say like those boys, I've been with them for 5 years. Some of them have never stepped foot beyond Sukunanga. So you can imagine, some have never been to Nakuru.
It meant a lot to them.
Like, it meant a lot to them. But to my shock, we went to Dandora. Some are school kids. They are students at Umoja Secondary.
Yes.
The guys that we were playing with were saying that we have poached from the Kenya Navy. We have poached from the Kenya Police.
Yes.
But they are literally students. Like, I can come with them here in the school uniform. So I would say this, like, that's our biggest achievement. We made it to the city. We conquered the city. And we came back with a trophy.
With that trophy.
And that's not all.
Oh, okay.
We actually won, I wouldn't say $1 million. It's almost up to $1 million. Like, we won like 325,000 shillings yearly. That's why we have the Sport Pesa tag on our jerseys. So we won a 3-year sponsorship deal with Sport Pesa to Giamini. It's called to Giamina Sport Pesa.
Yes.
So we won a deal like last 3 years. That's like 325 for 3 years. That's like around 975.
975.
And it's something that is spread. Like, they want to make sure that we're using the money to grow sustainably. So we are not being dished out money like this is your 325. The money is actually, we are doing it in a more proper manner. Like, we're getting the money monthly, and also they are tracking how we are spending it.
Yes.
And it has really done a lot. Last year I was struggling. We have a program called Elimisha Shuja, where we are taking kids to school. So last year we had only high school students. This year we have enrolled already 2 ELDORET, and now they have done with their first studies. They are going for the second one. So this is it. This is our biggest achievement.
Okay.
Coming second in the Tujiamini na Sport Pesa Cheza Dimba.
Okay.
It's already opening doors.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Now, you've talked also about discipline and commitment with your boys.
Yeah.
How do you ensure that you maintain this? Because even getting a red card, it means there is some indiscipline issues that we've seen with our players.
Yeah.
And sometimes this is a critical thing that a player, or a virtue that a player should have, discipline. How do you ensure that your players are always online and in course in tandem to your virtues as an organization?
Yeah, I know you work, you have employees,
Yes.
because you are a businessman. Like, we are working with our players the way you work with your employees.
Yes.
Personally, I'm the CEO, but I don't, every other time I'm the CEO, but I don't put on suits and go to the pitch. But I try every other time to be there with them to be able to cultivate those interpersonal relationships.
Yes.
So for every player, we've tried as a management to have a personal relationship with them, and to be able to know what they are going through, to be able to know their family structure. That's why we have the Soka Timamu. The Soka Timamu is actually, we feel like it's a channel. Sometimes some are so tough in the head that we can't get through to what they are going through. But because we want to ensure that this person is being disciplined and is doing well, we try to get into their heads and understand what they're going through. So we're doing this through those mental health talks. We normally have open forums to discuss and to show them what like you were saying, our second last 2 matches in the league, we lost the 2 matches because of a red card. And we lost it when I had already seen it. Like, the guy who got a red card is a player that had played through the season. But during one of the training prior, the matches, I could see like he was having issues. So he would play sort of in the training, and so I kept on talking to the coach. Talk to him, and then until when we went for a match, he actually got a red card for just like stepping on somebody. Okay. Yeah, he was walking and like pretending he can't see him, so he stepped on somebody, and I told the coach like, this is something I told you like a month ago. Like, this guy has issues, and we literally had to talk with him, and he was having issues with his parents. So this is it. We try to come close. Like, for me, in a week, I try to attend our training like twice in a week to understand, like, just to read the normal atmosphere, to see how they are doing. Okay. Besides that, again, we have a good relationship with their parents. Some don't have parents. We have a good relationship with their brothers and siblings, and they are doing well. Okay. Yeah, and we're trying to support everyone. Some are not continuing with school, so we're trying to support them beyond, like, if we can't help you to go to college, we try to support some to do business. We try to get some, like, I saw one day before even the show, I had been trying to reach out to you. One of our boys actually is trying to work for a tailor, and he's already doing well,
Okay.
just being adopted there. So we were trying to see, like, should we enroll him to do it professionally so that
Okay.
he can do it on his own beyond being just assisted. So those are things that we are trying to make sure that these people are loyal to us and they believe that we mean well to them. Of course, we mean well.
Okay.
So we're trying to tell them, like, we mean well and we want you to go beyond Eldoret and to have a good life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we've talked about the issue with red card, of which I was to ask you about the same.
Yeah.
Sometimes you find that when you do post-analysis review of matches and these games, when you find a player and a number of, for example, Kenya got 2 red cards in 2 games, that is. What does it make of your players? And also, with regard to the connection that you said, whenever somebody has a red card, it means there is something behind it, maybe frustration, what they are going through, and with regard also to mental health. How do you support your players with regard to the same and also ensuring that you do a critical follow-up? And how does it affect the profile of the club?
Of course, it affects the profile of the club because sometimes before somebody even gets a red card, there is always a heated argument or there is always something like there's always a commotion before a red card. And the media is always there and pictures are being captured, somebody trying to knock someone, and whenever it goes out, like today, East Africa Games, secondary East Africa Games are actually going on at Kakamega. Today, if you go online, there is a guy called Mitume. You would see there is a old TSC teacher, a lady. She's been captured in almost like a series of 10 pictures, fighting another female teacher, Tigoi. It's called Tigoi Secondary School versus a team from Kisumu. So like literally 2 big women are fighting and they've been captured because of a match.
Yes.
Yeah, so there was issues because of the decision they are fighting. And you see, if we engage in that manner and then it goes out there, like these are people who are not, they can't accept TV. But for me, this is what we are always telling them. Like, before red cards, majority of the time is whenever we are losing a match. Whenever we are losing a match, there are a lot of, like, getting a red card, the chances are so high because these people take it so personal. Like, if we lose a match, then this is it, like, we've lost everything. So that's one thing that we try to do as ELDORET FC. Like, we try to do away with such feelings. Like, if you are losing a match, it's a do or die match. For us, we say, like, that one is just that's there in the pitch.
Yes.
So we're trying to see, like, beyond the pitch. You might have lost a match, but win beyond the pitch. So mental health and your kukuana, your personal relationships, and also we bring in, like, we try to also bring in people who are so professional on every aspect of football so that wawape knowledge kama the rules for Chan. I would say hizo ni red zenye naweza sema aje, the second red one, the one that the goalkeeper made an error and then the other guy had to, like, take it, he had to be responsible. So for that case, as much as he got a red, he was doing it for the country. He was doing it for the country.
That's what you can make out of it.
Yeah, for his own case. Yeah, he was, like, saving a situation. But he didn't, like, he was not doing it in a bad way, like, I'm trying to injure this player, I'm trying to break a leg. But he did it, like, it was, I would say it was almost a professional tackle. We call it, like, a tactical thing. It's almost like, for him it was tactical. But for the second one, it was reckless. And now for the reckless one, we would say the level of preparedness. Every other time we tell our boys, like, warm. Baka mi niende kwa laini niseme, like, watu wa stretch. Sometimes I have to do it by myself, like, let's stretch this way, because mtu ametoka nyumbani tu, amelala, amekuwa akipumzika before game, anataka kuingia game, like, 2 minutes after kuchange. It's not like the bones are not prepared, the blood are not bumping so well. So anapewa game, anaboya ball, anakaa nayo, akinyang'anywa tu ndio anashtuka, anakanyaga mtu, and it's red card direct. So we try also to, like, tell them, like, the meaning of almost everything, like the level of preparedness and the level of, you see, kama hizi vitu Sometimes our players get red cards because of this. Like, this is not part of the uniform.
Yes.
But unapatanga player wenyu mmepanga laini is inside the pitch.
With
Na
all those
meja bangles. And then now I work with the ghetto boys. There are so medals that they put hizo mabling bling wamevaa mingi, and then anapatikana anapewa red. So this is it, like we try to take it so serious from training, from your preparedness. We try to engage them at every level, at every second,
Yes.
to make sure that they are ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because our time is much spent and we are almost closing.
Yeah.
Because the
we are
conversation
over time.
is getting heated. But now, looking from the grassroots level,
Yeah.
what are some of the changes and investment that can be put to grassroots football clubs to make sure that you have this full support? What are some of these support that you need?
Yeah, one of the biggest challenge that I'm going through as a ELDORET FC CEO right now is not having a good camera. There is a camera, a sports camera that has been launched. It costs for millions though. It's called a video camera. It's a whole camera where you just set it up in a match. You don't need anyone working on it. It's a subscription, like you subscribe.
Okay.
And it's being mounted on the pitch, and it's able to like track, like you can have the whole footage for the match. You can do your analysis. You can do analysis of every single player. And that's what actually the outside world is looking for. The new era, the one that I was telling you, they are from Spanish. So I would say one of the biggest challenge that we have in the grassroots football is not having facilities. We don't have equipment that, such as, not just football. Everyone would go for football and kits, but that's not it. We are beyond it. Like, we have a set of uniforms. We don't need uniforms anymore. But now we don't have. And then the second thing is, Kipchoge was closed. I had talked with the people at Kipchoge Stadium that we were moving our matches from Kamukunji to Kipchoge. And that was a very prime location for me, because it would be so easy for you to just walk around there. But now telling you to come all the way to Kamukunji, it's a big deal.
Yes.
So this is it. We don't have proper stadium, so we don't have proper pitches where we can play our matches. So that's the second challenge that we have. And then the other thing is over dependence.
Okay.
Like these footballers, whenever they realize that the team is doing well, so they over depend on the team, they lose their lives, that they don't want to do anything else. So like they look on the team for everything. And this is a mentality that we are trying also to do away with, even throughout to the KPL. A player immediately plays football, ataki kufanya chochote ingine, ataki hata kuinvest anywhere else. He just wants to play football for the rest of his life, of which is not sustainable. You have to get the money, like you were telling me, you have to get the money, invest it somewhere. Even the 5M inaweza isha, wakikula hiyo itaisha, but now they have to invest it. So we have that cap where players over depend on clubs, and then we end up sasa kukua frustrated because we don't have much resources on the club.
Okay.
Inaleta mpaka hizo mental issues, unapata mpaka msee anakuambia atenda kucommit suicide because like, so such issues. And then we have the political goodwill. I tell you, like Mfuria traveled all the way from
Nairobi.
the coast. Hakukuwa Nairobi. He actually came with the team, but he was now coming on flight. When we were playing finals, that's when we won the cup. So when we came back, like they did a whole, like the whole county came. Yeah, like the whole county, they used county passes kukuja na wakaleta mafans. That's why I would say we were beaten. Sisi tumeenda tu mtu 20, sisi and our players.
Pigano.
Yeah, the 20 of us.
Okay.
So they kept mocking us, ni vijana wa Mursik nini. But we ended up actually, we gave them like their match. But now the issue was like, when we came back with the cup, and I went to meet the CEC at the county offices. So you would see like, nobody was up to it. Like, they don't feel like it's an achievement. So I feel like we lack also the political goodwill. Like, they're not coming on board. And that's the biggest challenge, because I wouldn't do it myself. If you don't have the political goodwill, again, it's not so easy to navigate and be able to get opportunities to do everything that we are trying to do. And then for the last one, there is a mentality around, especially this particular to ELDORET, that this is a running county. So no one believes that you can excel in football. But I'll tell you that we are excelling, and everyone, I was saying, like, some of my family members now think like, our people can do football, like on a serious note. Like, over time, nobody has ever thought like, the whole of our family, there's no one doing football. So now they believe there's someone who can do it and excel. So the mentality again that football is not meant for some southern communities. So that's what we are trying. You've seen Aldrin Kibet, right?
Yeah, doing
so
good.
actually Aldrin Kibet has become like an icon for the community because he's done it and everyone else is trying to do it. So I feel like we need to wash away the mentality.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and anybody can do it.
Yeah. Anybody can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, lastly, Kiptoo,
Yeah.
talking about now the partnership between, how can the partnership between local government or the government and local clubs and also private sponsors help in player development?
So like I was saying, for SportPesa, you've seen the small amount that SportPesa is giving us is able to take these kids to school.
Yes.
It was able to like motivate them to get promoted to a regional league.
Yes.
So I would say this. If we had these partners coming on board, then we would have achieved a lot. But I'm saying this, it takes time again. It's all about credibility, integrity, and professionalism. So it takes time to build that. So I would say I would challenge clubs first to have good structures, to be integrity kwa juu, credibility kwa juu, and then the last thing, branding. Inaweza kuambia hapa leo ukienda online, utafute ni clubs ngapi iko Eldoret, utashangaa hii club yetu ni kidogo lakini ina stand out because of what we've built a brand. So this is it. For us to get a partner, it's because of our brand. So for us to, I feel like for us to attract our politicians, we are working on that. We don't want politicians to come in directly, lakini we need them.
Yes.
Yeah, we need them. So, but for the other partners, like you, the reason why I'm here, I feel like sababu ya kukua hapa, it's because you feel like
you're doing
this
something.
is it. Yeah. The reason why you've given me the platform is because you feel like we are helping, we are transforming the community. So I feel like platforms like this are actually what will give us more partners. And I would challenge everyone to maybe like take up the challenge and try, penetrate almost all over, and they're coming. Nobody believes that SportPesa is actually used. So they gave, like, SportPesa is now the title sponsor for KPL. And now we're working with them. No, they believe that we have a linkage, but it's only through our visibility online that they see us. So I would say, not forgetting, they be focal on social media. Talk about everything you're doing. For us, we talk about everything. Hata tukilipa shilingi moja mahali, tutasema.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't speak about it, you've not done it.
You've not done it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, 5 years from now, ELDORET FC.
5 years from now, I have a clip of one of our players, anaitwa Andri Sejero, anaitwa Ayu. He's only 14 years old.
Yes.
He said this like 2 years ago. Yeye alikuwa anaulizwa the same question, akasema in 5 years nataka kuipeleka Eldoret FC KPL.
Wow.
So I won't say much. In 5 years nataka kupeleka Eldoret FC KPL. We need to have Eldoret on the map. Tulikuwa na KCC, tulikuwa na Rivertech. Sasa hata hakuna hata timu moja hapa. So that's our dream. We need to like tunataka Eldoret FC kwa KPL and it's possible. We only have 4 years if we were serious. And then hiyo mwaka wa 5 tu ni kwenda kutulia pale kuona kama tutafute tu tusirudi huku chini.
Okay.
So that is one thing that we want to do, and then the other thing is in 5 years tunataka kuwa develop pia capacity of our own.
Okay.
Kama sahi tunaona I have to go looking for people to come and do something that maybe those boys wenye make it to national level can do it. So that's why we are building capacity. So we believe in 5 years tutakuwa tumebuild capacity where we are able to run our club sustainably, not having to bring so many people from outside, but people who already own our philosophy, because we believe umse amegrow na sisi for 6 years anajua kitu si tunataka huko mbele. So that's one thing we are hoping that these boys wenye hawatakuwa make it kwa football hiyo wakati watakuwa employees wa ELDORET FC and they'll be earning a life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. Personally, I'll look into it on how I'm going to support and also work with you guys. You're doing an amazing job, and thank you for coming to the show. Before we wind it up, as I sign your ball, give us your parting shot.
So while you sign the ball,
yes,
mpira yetu imesainiwa na watu wengi, like I was telling you. Ilikuwa ilisainiwa kwa one of the forums inaitwa African Football Business Summit. It normally happens yearly. So inaleta stakeholders worldwide wanakuja Nairobi just to have a conversation like this
Yes,
on
yes.
a forum like this.
Yes.
So hiyo besides the signatures on that, hiyo jazi yenye umeivaa, hii boli ndio naweza sema kila mtu mwenye ako kwa hii mwenye amesaini mpira yetu amenunua hii jazi. And these are people, we've sold 11 jerseys to Cologne, Germany.
Wow.
We've sold like 3 jerseys to California. And this is it. So nikimalizia ndasema hakuna, like it's possible. Yeah, it's gonna work.
Okay.
So we keep on trying.
Okay.
Hiyo persistence too. Pole pole hivyo, yeah, tutamake it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. Now, how, for people to support you, and also if people are watching this,
Yeah.
if there are some who are willing to work with you guys, how can they find you?
So on all social media platforms, we
Yes.
are all over, from LinkedIn, X, Instagram, Facebook. We go by the name Eldoret FC. And we also have a website. It's eldoretfc.co.ke. You would see what we do there. And the biggest thing that we are looking for people to come on board is we have a program called Elimisha Shuja.
Okay.
Elimisha Shuja is the program that inasaidia our players wenye wana perform vizuri na wako na challenges ya kimasomo.
Okay.
So that's where we need people to come in to support them. So
Okay.
that is it. Like
Okay.
they can always link up through
Your social handles.
our
and also
social
your
handles.
website.
Iko na kila kitu yetu,
Okay.
contacts yetu.
Okay.
And almost you can see the pictures, you can see, yeah, seeing is believing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kiptoo, for coming
Yeah.
to the show. It's been so insightful, and personally, I wish you the best. Let's meet in the next 5 years as we achieve what you just mentioned. And keep doing it. Keep supporting the boys, working with the boys, and having a vision with them. And I'm sure in the next few years we are going to celebrate players from Eldoret FC. Thank you so much for creating time. Ladies and gentlemen,
Asante sana.
remember we are talking from the field to the boardroom to the business and any other. We're talking about the CEO mentality. And our guest tonight is a true testament to that. Whatever you think, whatever you put your hands on, whatever you lay your hands on can mean something. Just find something to do. And from it, your story is going to be written. We've had one amazing show from our guest tonight. Thank you so much for being part of this conversation. What are your thoughts about this? And also, as we wish the Harambee Stars the best in their forthcoming match on Friday with Madagascar, I'm sure that they are going to conquer. We wish them the best from the CEO show. We are wishing them the best as they conquer the quarters, they move to the semis, and definitely to the finals. We are part of this, and we are proudly associated. Thank you for being part of this. We wish you the best, and also thank you for being our number one viewer. The support is immense. Come next week, we have another show lined up for you. We are waiting to have you again to give you one of the best authentic shows in Kenya and beyond. See you next week. I was your host, Dan. May God bless you and have a good night.
Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show.